Great. Hi, I'm Rakvi and I'm the Public Relations Lead for GDSC Triple IT Vadodara. And it is my immense pleasure to introduce you to today's host, Dhriti Chopra. Dhriti is a
Hi.
third year student at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. She has been the Google STEP intern for the year 2021 and will be interning with Google in the upcoming summer of 2022. So, without further ado, I would like to ask Dhriti about what is this Google's Step Intern program and who all can apply in this program.
Hi everyone. So basically, the STEP internship program is an opportunity for first and second year students, undergrad students, where they're given development opportunities and experience by Google, and it's mainly aimed to for underrepresented communities in tech, so that they get an opportunity to shine and they can work on projects with their with other step interns and Google mentors, full-time employees, etc. on industry relevant projects.
Great. So, what was the application process like for this program?
So basically, there are certain eligibility criteria, such as, like I said, you need to be a first or second year undergrad student, and you should be available for a 8 to 12 week internship in the summer, which is May to June period. Um, so in the application, you basically need to submit your resume and your college transcripts and answer a few basic questions. Like your general details, maybe a little paragraph, a CV or something like that. So that's the general application. It's sort of form based, so there'll be questions and you'll have to fill in on them.
Okay, that's great. So, what was your experience like? What was your interview experience and application experience like?
So the application was pretty straightforward, and uh, if your application is accepted or it moves forward, you will be informed with a mail regarding the same, and you'll be assigned a recruiter and a person from Google who will communicate with you regarding the upcoming procedures and your interviews. And as far as the interview is concerned, it is generally two technical rounds of 45 minutes each. There might be other steps depending on the candidate, but there are two 45 minutes technical rounds. For me, they were 15 minutes apart, like on the same day, but they can be scheduled on different days and depending on when you choose to schedule them. So, and in general, the interview experience. Um, so, first of all, the interviews are generally very nice and they will help calm you down. And so it's not very stressful. So, that's good. And they do share a Google Doc with you. So, you have to answer. So, if there's a question where you need to answer, maybe write a code or a pseudocode down. So, you can write it down on the Google Doc that is shared with you in your interview, and they will ask you basic questions and you will have to answer them. So that's how the interview goes generally.
Right. So are these questions related to DSA or in general computer science? What domain are these questions from?
So for me, the questions were majorly DSA based, and more. If I had to categorize the type of questions I got, personal experience, they were more lead code style questions. But again, that might vary on interview to interview basis. But my personal experience more inclined towards DSA.
Okay, so you got selected for the Google Step Intern, which is a pretty big deal. So how did you get started with the DSA preparations for this kind of an opportunity?
So I started DSA out of general curiosity so I had basic experience with C C++ during my school time because I had taken them as the subjects. So I knew basic programming before coming into college, and um, when I came here, I heard like the term DSA was all around. So I was like, okay, let's explore what it is. So uh, I heard from seniors, Geeks for Geeks, started reading articles, online courses, YouTube videos. So there wasn't a fixed pattern or a schedule, but I did keep myself like aware and about what people are talking about. So just curiosity. So if I heard some seniors talking about trees, so I would just go on Geeks for Geeks and see what trees actually are. So that's how I started, and then um, I maybe in my second year started making more of a routine of actually doing it out of like actually going and solving problems out of a routine.
Yeah, that's great. Curiosity is a great motive to learn. I hope everybody gets this kind of learning from here today. And how did you prepare for the interview rounds?
Right. So I did have like some idea about what DSA was in general, but for particularly the interview, after I got the mail that my interview was being scheduled, I had about um, say between a week to 10 days to prepare. So my main focus was like asking seniors on what the important interview questions are in general for companies. What are the questions that can help you know give me an idea of the basic fundamentals that I can practice. So I just like made a lead code list and of the most important questions that will help me cover the maximum amount of topics like graphs, trees, dynamic programming. So the idea was to cover the breadth of the question so that I don't miss out on any topics and just solve as many questions as possible before the interview. So
Yeah, okay, great. Uh, so uh, I would like to know what was the role of your resume and the kind of projects you had on the resume in getting this internship.
Since like even we are not very aware, so I can't comment on like what the internal procedure or what they actually look into the resume. But since there was a resume shortlisting round for me, I did apply off campus. So um, the resume does play an important role. Um, uh, what exactly are the key points they look at? I'm not aware, but I can definitely say that having like error proof resume which does not have grammatical errors, which does not have formatting errors, which is properly indented. So a clean resume will definitely be a plus point because that shows that you actually put in the effort to make sure that your resume is well proofread. So that shows sincerity basically. So that is very important, especially if you're applying off campus and you have a resume shortlisting round. It's very important. And in general, if you have internship experiences, if you have project experiences, this is all just like from what I understand after talking to seniors. There is no like Google did not tell me what we saw in your resume or how but yeah, I think if you have good projects, they're always good to put in. If you have good internship experiences, if you've done any, if you've not, then I guess that's also fine. So any good achievements, competitive programming ratings, hackathon experiences, you can put it all, and yeah, just do your best, I feel.
Yeah, just make the best resume. So, yeah, there are a lot of questions popping up in the chat box, and we will answer all of them at the end of the session chronologically. So, if you have any questions right now, you can put them in the chat box, or later we'll have a question and answer session. Yeah, so continuing with this, when you got your step intern offer letter in the email, what was your reaction? What did that feel like getting selected by Google into
Uh,
something?
so I actually remember I just like walked out of an exam. I had a college exam. So me and my mom were there at the center, and I sat in the car and I just opened. I was like, oh, okay, this, and then we were very excited. So we stopped on our way back to eat ice cream, and then we went home. I tried to prank few of my friends, telling them that I didn't get selected, just to see the reaction and then give them the shock. So yeah, it was fun. It was really great. Everybody was happy. It was very nice. I was shocked, obviously, because I applying off campus and everything. I didn't have like very high hopes, but it was very good.
Yeah, getting selected off campus is a great deal, and I'm so happy that you got that. I guess everybody is. And so after you got selected, what was the internship experience like? Like, what did you do and how did you do it? Everything, just a brief overview.
So, too many details like the project and the team I'm not allowed to reveal because of confidentiality. But in general, about like one thing I can definitely say that the work culture is amazing, and the people are very nice, helpful. They actually the people at Google will they actually put an effort in like helping out their interns, so you will feel very valued. And from the interview to the end of the internship, one thing I can say is that everybody has been very cordial, very helpful, very nice. um, and in general, contrary to obviously the interviews which were more DSA based, the projects were more development based, and everybody had different projects. It totally depends on what team you get assigned, what kind of project you get assigned on, and all of that. So all that assigning work is done internally by Google.
Okay. So what was your experience of the Google work culture? We all know Google has a great work culture. It is talked by so many articles and so many people. What was that like for you personally?
It was great. So, like I said, the intern program team, the people who were our hosts and co-hosts, everybody was really, you know, they were concerned about us. They wanted to make sure, since my experience was a virtual one, so everybody was actually putting in effort to make sure that we got an idea of the work culture. We felt like a part of Google even while sitting at our houses. So that was great. And they actually like put an effort in helping you with things. So at any point, if I felt like I didn't know anything, so it wasn't like I could always go to a lot of people for help, and everybody was there for me. So I feel like I said, they make you feel like, even as an intern, they will make you feel valued and make you feel like a part of the Google community, as well as the project that you're working on, which is great. And obviously, the we had a lot of you know events for interns where they played games and tried to have like fun activities so that we could interact with other interns as well, which is also amazing. So
That sounds amazing. Even virtual internship is sounding like a great thing right now. So what, according to you, would be the most important thing to learn for this STEP internship program?
like since my interview, as I said, was majorly DSA based, so I would say having a good command of data structures and algorithm is important for the interview. Uh, I do also believe when you go and actually work on various projects, from my experience and the experience of people I talked to during my internship, I do feel like the basic concepts of OSD, BMS, you know, Linux to a certain extent, all of these things are very important so that uh, you don't have any hiccups while you're working as an intern and you're actually working in the industry. These topics are very important to have a smooth journey.
That's really helpful. And I think that's about the questions I prepared for this, but if I have to go on a whim, I would like to ask you to describe your entire experience in like one word or one sentence. What would you say that would be?
It was amazing, like literally. That's all I can say.
Amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Google. So I'd like to ask some of the questions that are here in the chat box. So Shrishti asks, are projects necessary for applying in the STEP internship?
So, there is no necessity that these particular projects, at least not that I am aware of, but having a good resume is always a plus point, not just for Google, but I feel like for your own experience as well and for other companies also. So, if you can boost your resume, if you can get more experience, if you can make projects, that's always good. So,
Yeah, great. Shrishti also asks, can you share what exactly they look into a student during the interview process?
I wish I knew. Uh, so that only probably a Google recruiter will be able to tell. I think just keep working on yourself, keep uh, building your general development skills, DSS skills, computer science fundamentals, basically, and I think you should be good to go.
Right. Uh, Apurv asks, so what kind of projects and are they any language sensitive? So I would ask you on your personal basis, like what kind of projects did you have on your resume while applying?
I had a few projects that I had worked on with a college society of mine as a team, as well as a few individual projects. And the individual project that I had were more DSA based because uh, I like to do that. But the team projects were on the development side as well.
Okay.
So, yeah. And as far
Yeah.
as the language sensitivity is concerned, um, I don't think there is any language barrier or anything. Even in the interview, you can choose which language you are more comfortable with. So, language should not be an issue.
Right. Lavisha wants to know what was your CGPA at the time when you applied?
My CGPA was 9.3 when I applied.
Wow. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question. So
Uh,
Shrishti has some more questions.
but
Sh-
that is no
yeah.
barrier. Like I, you, it's not like that is the benchmark or anything. So don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. But do try and keep your CGPA at par.
Yeah. Srishti has some more questions. Srishti, would you like to open your mic and ask your questions over here so that,
Uh,
like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, great.
Hi Dee. First of all, like I just wanted to know, like, when does these applications like start and how do we apply? Like, I've searched for like on Google like many times, but I haven't find any portal or any kind of website like how to apply for it.
So the Google careers page where all the other applications are there. The step in turn for India. So there'll be different opportunities for different countries. So you'll have to choose the India one if you want to apply to India. So that will open. The exact time will totally depend on when they post the job opportunity. So you will have to stay aware of it. Probably, to keep looking out for it when they're posted. Maybe if anybody gets to know, share it with your peers and
Oh,
juniors or
thank
anybody.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Anybody else, if anyone has any more questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, Kalash asks, what level of projects are we talking about?
That totally depends on you and what the rest of your resume looks like. I am not a complete expert in what they look at in the resume, but as best as you can do, I feel like if you have a good command and if you feel like your project levels are not is not up to the mark, then you can always improve on it. But you're not expected to go do something extraordinary or fancy. But yeah, and just make sure that you actually have a good knowledge of the projects that you actually put in, so that if in case any interviewer or anybody asks you about the projects, then you are well aware about them, so they don't feel like you're bluffing or anything. So you should have a good command over what you actually put in your resume.
Okay, that's an amazing advice. Right, know your projects in and out. So, Lavisha wants to know that she started DSA, but she has not started DSA yet. But if she starts now, will she able to solve the questions they asked during the interview?
So you can always start now, and you can always practice. You can always put in the effort. Uh, Go for the basic DSA topics, the fundamental topics. Practice lead code, practice see articles in Geeks for Geeks, try and solving questions. If you put in the sufficient amount of effort, you will be able to solve the questions. And the rest, it depends on your luck on that day. So, all the best.
Yeah, that's everything is
Anyways,
dependent
it's
on them
never
as
too
well.
late to start. So
Mm.
don't worry and keep going. It's not too late.
Yeah. So Srishti asks, can you give them some preparation tips? Like how did you get started with the DSA and how
So
they
I
can start?
I
Mm.
would say it depends on, first of all, if you are more of a reading kind of a person or a video lecture kind of a person. So find yourself either good articles on Geeks or Geeks if you like to read and understand. If you want to see more videos or something like that, you can always search for YouTube videos or purchase any courses if that helps you uh, give like. So what worked for me was like I like to work under deadlines. So courses worked for me because I always had a certain deadline before which I had to complete a certain topic. So you can give yourself self deadlines. You can probably ask your parents or your friends to keep pushing you for certain deadlines if that works for you. uh, Read through books. And one thing that I did before my interview was I made an Excel sheet in which I had dates, like all the dates before my interview, and I put in all the questions that I solved on a particular date. And I sent them out to my friends and my parents so that they could keep pushing me if I didn't solve certain like amount of questions on a particular day. So just have certain things that keep you like motivated and dedicated, basically.
Right. So they also want to know about a project that you built, which you can share with us.
A project in the sense, like.
I think they want to know some project that you built during your internship, but I'm sure you can't disclose that. So
Yeah.
can you tell us what
No,
kind of
I'm
project it
basically
was or anything?
I'm
Yeah, Apoor.
basically I'm not asking the projects which Google gave you to prepare during your internship. The one which you put in your resume, or the one which interviewers and the seniors, those who interviewed you and validated that you are now an intern at Google, they all saw, so that we can at least know that what is the level of project uh, we need to build and how much we need to work on it
So,
according to our
first
level.
of all, as a resume, it's not just projects. So, in general, all the things combined will. So, say if you have a internship experience, or if you have a courtship profile that stands out, so, or a hackathon awards. So it's not just a project that will be looked at in the resume. It's basically a combination of your resume in general. Something needs to stand out. So if somebody has a good competitive profile, if somebody has won any awards in hackathons, certificates, if you have any internship experiences and you've done projects in that, all those also count. So it's not just the project section. And as far as the project is concerned, I had made a few portals for games and all, as a part of a team with my college society. So all those were there. And as for individual projects, like I said, there were a few DSA based. There was a very basic AI based project about a minimax algorithm. And certain things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so Triti, I would like to ask one thing that tell us about that one thing which you feel that you have followed and others generally don't follow, and does have really helped you a lot. Like, how do you manage your time, your daily routine, and a brief glimpse of your past 2 years of experience in your college? Like, do you participate in societies, clubs, and competitions, hackathons, and all?
So I have participated in a few hackathons. I have been a core member in a college society. Um, so I am not missing out on the college cultural activities and other stuff. Um, in general, I feel like one thing I would say is like don't stress about it. Like like what you do. So once you start enjoying like computer science, once you start enjoying DSA, that is the only time when you'll actually be able to, you know, put continuous effort into it. If it becomes a pressure, then you won't be able to continue it with it because you won't like it. So start liking the things you do. Stop like, as I said, I started DSA out of curiosity, so I didn't have the fear that people start building when they you know, do start with it out of like a compulsion. So start liking what you do, I feel. And other things, I feel like I had a group of friends that were always pushing me, motivating me, and you know, they were like, oh, you can do it. So I feel like that kept me going and that kept me motivated in general, you know, to continue and keep putting in the effort. So I feel like that's important.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, and what do you think that best one piece of advice which you would like to give to your juniors and all the peers?
So keep liking what you do, keep staying motivated, keep putting it consistent effort. Um, Long term effort is what is required. I don't think like um, एक दो दिन की effort will do anything. एकदम high पे जाके then hating the thing that you do. So I feel like consistently थोड़ा थोड़ा effort डालना is what I think would be the best thing like any I can give to any junior.
And how do you used to manage your time, like that work-life balance and like giving enough time to each and everything, like to work also and to life also, to fun also. So how do you do that?
Your mic is mute, Kriti. So yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So for the college duration and the time I actually was with friends, I would just say one thing. Just make sure that when you're working, don't stress about missing out on things with friends, and when you're with friends, don't stress about work. So don't mix the things. When you're doing one thing, just focus on that. And like even if you put like a few hours of consistent effort, maybe 5 to 6 days in a week, I feel like that is sufficient and you don't need to stress about it as such. And like I said, if you like what you're doing, then you don't really have to, you know, worry about like finding a specific time to do that particular thing. So
Yeah, so you say putting consistent hours. How many hours did you put into DSA and preparation and stuff per day? Like, what did it take for you?
for me, like I said, I was doing a few courses and all of those things. So um, for me, there wasn't like a consistent hours that I particularly put, but I just had deadlines. So if I give myself the deadlines, ki, I have to say solve these particular questions of graphs this week, then I just aimed to do that. So certain weeks, certain questions were easier. So I would give myself the break. Ki, okay, I've finished my deadline, so now it's fun time. And you know, sometimes it was like that. Nahi hue questions. They're very difficult. So I would spend the whole day trying to figure out the solutions to those questions also. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Srijan asks, can they find you on GitHub? And maybe another social media accounts like LinkedIn as well, if you could share those.
You can find me on LinkedIn. Uh, I will share my LinkedIn URL. Uh,
Okay. That, uh, does anybody else have any other questions they'd like to ask?
Hey, right now I'm in second year and I have not even started doing DSA at all, right? Like I'm not even good at coding. So if even I don't know if I'm good at it or not. So if I want to know, I should explore that option or I should focus on other thing. I mean, like my branch is mechanical. So I should try coding or I should just do not waste my time over there.
you can always explore new things. I don't feel like there's anything like wasting time. So if you
Like
actually
I feel
like
like
it,
if it isn't that late or something.
no, if you actually end up liking something, then it's never too late. So if that's what your passion is, you will obviously have more fun and you will always be able to perform better if you actually end up liking that thing and that thing is actually what you want to pursue. So there's no harm in exploring things. So you can always go, you can always, there's so many resources available. You can always check the DSA resources. And if you don't like it, then obviously there's no compulsion. So in that case, definitely don't invest too much of your time. But if you do like it, then it's never too late and you can always work hard and keep going.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, anybody else has any other questions they'd like to ask?
Hello. Actually, I'm from EC, and as I was seeing its prerequisites that there must be one CSE minor course. So I am not having any of such course. Can I apply for STEP or not?
So I am also, since I am from computer branch, so I'm not aware about the technicalities of what exactly is needed. Maybe you can contact somebody, or maybe you can check the eligibility criteria once it is released on the portal. This is not something I'll be able to help you with, but I will definitely try and figure out if I know of anybody who might be aware of this.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Okay, so if that's all with the questions, Martha sir, can you unmute and ask your question?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
Hmm.
Triti, tell me that how do you manage when things get hard? Like when you feel that I'm feeling a bit demotivated, what do you do then?
Like I said, I feel like that is where having like surrounding yourself with people who motivate you, people you can look up to, people who who actually push you to keep going. That's very important. So I feel like I had my friends, my brothers, my family for that. Whenever I started like giving up, whenever like acha nahi hoga ab to, so when I got, for example, when I got the interview mail and I was like, the interview is within a week. So I was very anxious. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But at that point, surrounding yourself with people who can actually help motivate you is very important. Um, so I guess that was my strength.
Yeah, that's perfect. And like, what do you think that how you started within your college? Like, you were great or like bright student from initially itself, or you just step by step help you progress, like
Step by
different
step.
phases?
Step by step, definitely. Like a lot of my college seniors, a lot of my friends, a lot of people, I feel like the most important thing is, which is why I'm here, like talk to people who can help you, talk to all kinds of people, and see how much knowledge you can get from them, what all they have to share. Um, Work with them, college clubs and societies, like they helped me because I got in touch with seniors. I got to know at an early stage like what they were going through, what things like DSA, web development, etc. was. So I think curiosity is the most important thing. Surrounding yourself in places, attending events like these one or other ones, other college society events that happen, they can all give you knowledge of what's actually happening around you, what's there in the industry. So keeping yourself aware, I feel like, is very important so that you know what path you want to go to and what are the things that are important.
Exactly. Okay, so do anyone else have any questions? Or else keep it as a 5-second rule. Ragvi?
Yeah. So we'll wait for like
Excuse
a
me.
yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ma'am, when you were registered for this STEP internship program, you must have done it in the second year, right?
Yeah.
So you have done 5 projects before completing second year, or
I don't remember the count, but uh, uh, why do you particularly ask this question?
no? I just want to now I'm just entering the second year, so I just want to make sure how many
So,
projects would be good.
so there's no count. Just aim on making good quality projects and also aim on actually learning something throughout the projects. And like I said, knowing your projects well. So, uh, on whatever topic you actually do the project, just make sure you actually learn from that topic and you try to make your project as good as possible. So I feel like the quality of the project is as or more important than the quantity. That's just my personal suggestion. There's no hard and fast rule, but like try and learn throughout your projects as well.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a doubt. Like, when is the probable timeline? Like, when they release the forms, like for the application of a step intern?
Maybe November or December next month or so.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, someone wants to know what you do in your free time.
Uh, I go out with my friends, I play games, I read books, I watch a lot of Netflix. So everything.
Yeah. I hope that answers your question. Please feel free to ask any kind of questions you want to. How did you improve your communication skills? That's an important question.
um, Go on and join clubs, societies, places where you actually get opportunities to speak up, talk to people, talk to your friends, just learn from people in college, people in general.
Yeah.
One thing that I would like to say is like for communication and in general, just don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and take up opportunities that you feel like will actually, give you something or make you learn something. Just take the risk and, explore things.
Yeah, so we'll wait for a few more seconds. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, I would personally like to ask a question. So, because I don't think anybody has anymore. So, earlier you said that this program is for the minority, promotes the minority in STEM fields, and as a woman in tech, which is a minority, uh, what kind of things have you faced at during this journey ever, or things like that? What do you feel like as a woman in tech? What kind of advice would you like to give to the women in tech? Yeah.
Um, Stay strong, be confident, know that you can do it. Don't feel dominated or under pressure by like all the, just like, in fact, I feel like just just be you, just stay strong, keep doing what you love. If you're passionate about something, then nothing can stop you. So just keep working hard towards it.
Great. So with that, if nobody has any other kind of questions, we can end this session right here. Thank you so much, Dhriti, for being so patient. Okay, Aditya has another question. Does the college tag matters, like private or IITs or NITs?
um, so okay, I mean, you can always work hard, and you can always not be let yourself be down if this is something that concerns you, and you can always keep moving forward and keep shining in the next levels of life, and the opportunities that come in front of you after the opportunities, the JEE or IITs and all of that. So life is a lot of opportunities. And does the tag matter? So, like I said, I got through the opportunity off campus. So, if you're determined enough, I feel like you can always um, work hard and achieve what you want. So,
I hope that answers your question, Aditya. Anybody else? Okay, so thank you for being so patient, Dhriti, and thank you for answering all of these questions so well. I hope everybody learned something from here and will definitely try to enroll in the Google STEP internship program. And for if you have any other questions, we'll stay here for a few minutes and answer any of your questions further. But if you want to, you can leave the meet now. Yeah, Krishna, can you turn off the recording?
Okay.
Yeah.